everybody, it's Lisa from Sounds of NorCal, and I am here with Greg Halderson from V103. Thanks for being here, Greg.
Thank you for having me.
So Greg came into the studio today to talk about the upcoming massive festival that V103 is putting on. I knew that everybody was quite surprised and excited to hear that you've added a national headliner to the act. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, we have Alien Ant Farm, who signed on to play the show. They are going to be our headliner this year.
That's awesome. And they are just now releasing a few singles and with an upcoming album and a tour that they're headed out on right after RockFest. Is that correct?
That is correct. We lucked out because they were starting their national tour in Seattle, so they didn't have anything right when RockFest was happening, so we were lucky to get them. They said they were open and they'd be happy to do it.
Right on, so all the stars and planets aligned, and now Alien Ant Farm is coming to Sacramento on October 4th. And this is the third year of RockFest. It was formerly named BandCamp, but this is also the third year that it's been held out at Rio Ramaza Marina, and it's always a good time. I love that place.
It is. It absolutely is. We do the best that we can to provide a family-friendly atmosphere. Children 12 and under are free to get in, and it's a great time. Lots of local music and people having fun.
Yeah, and do you know if there are camping spots still available?
I don't know if there are camping spots still available. You would have to contact Sue at over at the Rio Ramaza. She's the booking agent.
Well, if you can snag a camping spot, do so, because it will be a ton of fun, because after party is just as much fun as the whole day is. And this year there are, 17 local bands, is that right?
17 local bands. We just signed on the Greggae area, who was the winner of the Skips Stairway to Stardom. The kids, they were just absolutely amazing. When I saw them perform, I was really excited. I was kind of hoping they would win, and because there was so much energy on stage and they were so much fun. Yeah. And sure enough, they were selected to win, and so we offered them the opening spot.
That's awesome. Yeah, that'll be a kick to see that happen for sure. And so what other details are? Let's see. Tickets are available from
www.v103rockfest.com. You can get tickets there, or you can go to the same website, see which bands are playing under the bands tab, and contact any one of them to purchase your tickets. Bands position and payment is being based on ticket sales, so we are encouraging people to buy tickets from the bands. But if you don't know a band, or you're in a pinch and you just need to get a ticket, you can always go to the website and buy one, or day of. Ticket prices will be $25 at the gate.
And I know for me, buying tickets to things like that is always tricky, because I have so many friends in the music industry and so many bands, and so I end up usually going the generic route because I don't want to play favorites. It's like casting a vote for your favorite band, but you know what? That is what gets them paid, and that is what determines where they play and what time they play. And so the sooner you can run out and get those tickets from your favorite band or from the website, it will definitely make everything go so much smoother on the day of for the bands and the organizers and everybody. This is an all-volunteer event. I mean, everybody who is going to be out there are volunteering their time.
Absolutely. We have volunteers from the local music scene. Sounds of NorCal, obviously, is a huge sponsor and help with the event. Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
On top of that, family and friends have stepped up to volunteer, and they're giving up their entire day to, work shifts. Some people might think, oh, cool, I get into the event for free, which is great, but we do put them to work.
Oh yeah, I've seen it in action, and the volunteers that we've had and have been fortunate to have the last 3 years, big kudos to them, because they do work their butts off, and they're running around and taking direction, and in any event like that, it's always going to be kind of a chaos. It is extremely well organized, but there's always something that needs to be done right away, or so it's kind of a cool thing. So this is the third year, and it's just grown exponentially every year. What did you think when you started it 3 years ago?
I thought it wasn't going to work. Honest to God, I was actually a major proponent against it. I remember when Chris and Brian both told me, hey, we got this idea, and I thought, I've done this once before, and it failed miserably. But you know what? We did it, and we got through it. Yeah. And we learned a lot from the first year. And so we stepped forward with the second year, and I made a lot of changes in the second year about kind of how we go about doing things and what we would do. And
that's that learning process. Yeah. And sometimes you take that knowledge from that first event, and it's almost like, gosh, I learned so much, and I know how I can do this better next year. It compels you to continue.
Absolutely. The second year, I remember just as Some Fear None was coming on, it was dark out, the lights were on, the graphics were hitting the screen behind them, and it kind of looked like I was at Arco Arena, and I still get goosebumps thinking about it, yeah, because it was one of those moments, besides watching my kids and grandchild being born, that it was just one of the proudest moments of my life. That wow, we did this, we put this on, we pulled it off, everybody's having a great time, there were no real issues, and we were flooded with compliments, and so right after that moment, I said, you know what, next year I'm really going to step it up, and let's see what happens. And it's a whole nother learning curve.
Right. Well, like I said, every year has just gotten better and better, and this is definitely going to be one for the books. And it is the last summer local music festival of the year, and it's a great way to end, end a really stellar year in Sacramento music. We've got so much talent here, and it's so, I think not just the bands that have been fortunate enough to play BandCamp / RockFest, but the bands that you play on V103 and the shows that you guys put on, really the whole community owes V103 a huge debt of gratitude for the exposure that they give to local music. I now have goosebumps all over. So thank you on behalf of everybody. And I did want to touch a little bit on, so now you have all the details, go buy your tickets, but stay and watch the rest of the video because we're going to chat a little bit. I wanted to ask you about the history kind of V103. Tell us about what V103 is, because a lot of people are still a little bit in the gray area about, what it is V103 is and kind of how it started, because it's actually a really interesting story, and I was really lucky to get to interview Brian way back. And it's fascinating. So you tell. I'll let you just take this over.
Brian is the mad genius behind V103. Actually, I think it was back in 2004. He's into online gaming and decided to start playing music so that him and his gaming teams could listen to music while they were playing their games. And it kind of erupted from there. He and his cousin Sean from ThreatCon Nation, Sean Ernst, got together and ended up turning it into a radio station. And they tried a lot of different things. I think at one time it was kind of like Jack FM or something like that. And then I believe it was shortly after that they brought Chris into the fold. And she really pushed towards bringing in the local scene, and from there it's just grown. Chris and Brian brought me on, I don't even remember how long ago it was like 2.5 years ago, I think. Brought me in, and from there we've just been continuing to try and make V103 bigger, and the bigger that V103 gets, the more exposure that our bands get. And we focus a lot on the Sacramento area bands, definitely. They're our friends, we're out at their shows all the time, but we have bands from all around the world submitting stuff. I got submissions from a heavy metal band in Iran.
That's awesome.
Right?
That was awesome. Did you play it?
Yeah, we played it. You know, we played it. It was on Zach's show when he was doing the Monday Night Metal Madness. And it was just, I was amazed that, you know, I'm getting hit up from people all around the world asking me to play their music. And it's a lot like the stuff that we're listening right here. And it's from halfway around the world. And so, I mean, it really speaks to how global the language of music is.
Right. Well,
you
and
know.
the power of the internet, too.
Absolutely.
It's an internet-based radio station. And so there's beauty in that because it can be listened to wherever you are and you have an internet connection, which is awesome. It's a little hard to compete with the terrestrial radio stations because of their firm foothold and what advertising dollars and all that stuff. But the cool thing is that what you guys do with promoting the local music scene, you also are able to integrate some signed and you know, well-known music, obviously, on all the shows.
Right, and we do. Yeah, we play, you know, your national mainstream music that you're going to hear on any radio station, and we are not any competition for any terrestrial or satellite radio station. I mean, it is what it is. You know, we're grassroots, we're underground, but we are on the cusp of a giant wave that's coming in. Pretty soon, every car is going to have Wi-Fi built into it, and you'll be able to listen to internet radio in your car. You know, you can already do it on your TV. You know,
we could be live podcasting this interview to your car right now.
Absolutely.
So that's coming. Just we're trying to keep up with all of it and all the technology and.
Right. It's a really cool thing that we are on the bubble of. Right. So, you know, I'm very excited for what the future may hold for us and helping get the bands out there. That there's just so much talent that goes unnoticed and.
So as far as V103 goes and then RockFest, also, you know, you did talk about you're in the music scene and you have a couple different bands.
Yes, I do.
And Roswell just opened for Faster Pussycat.
Yes, we did.
And it was freaking awesome.
Thank you.
So what else is coming out for you?
Well, Roswell is going to be playing at the Back 9 with Terraferno again. We're really excited to play with them again. They were just amazing. We played with them at the Boardwalk opening for Faster Pussycat. And I got to tell you, and you've been to a lot of Boardwalk shows. How long has it been since you've seen it that full?
It's been a while. It's tough to fill that place these days.
The place was packed. So
and packed with friends and great energy and good vibes. Everybody's there to cheer Terraferno's return to the stage on and to cheer Roswell on as they kind of skyrocket up, you know, as they're doing their shows. This is a band that's been together for less than a year. Oh,
yeah, like less than 6 months.
So pretty awesome to get that amount of support from the community. That's one thing I do. I get chills again. Love about our community. So, and then you have another band called Adonis DNA.
Adonis DNA is my 80s, 90s rock cover band. It was kind of how I got started singing. I used to be a drummer and decided that I didn't want to sit behind the kid anymore, that I wanted to jump around and scream. And yeah, so 5 years ago I formed a cover band, and you know, we play anywhere that pays us. You know, yeah, it's actually, you know, it's what has supported me, and you know, it got me into doing live sound, and you know, my 9-to-5 job pays my mortgage, and Adonis DNA pays for everything else.
Well, I was going to say, you say supported you, but you do have a 9-to-5 job on top of 2 bands, on top of running an internet radio station and putting together the largest local live music festival of the year. How do you do it all?
Adderall. No. No, actually, I'm not medicated and probably should be.
Maybe if you were. Well, I want to thank you for all your contributions to the scene and for coming in today and talking to me about all this good stuff that's coming up, because you know me, I like the good stuff. So thanks again, Greg, and I'll see you out at RockFest.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all your support.
All right. Thanks for checking it out.